Hello and welcome to Fat Pod. Here's Danny and I'm Steven, and today we are talking about the Batman animated series. This is recently the 25th anniversary box set exclusively to HMV, and it's £40. Was it 40?
It is a
£40 box set.
Very affordable.
Yeah, and it is definitely worth it in my opinion.
Well, when the animated series originally got released on DVD, they released season 1 and 2 in England, and they were £30 a throw per season.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
I still own them, and then my friend Mario ordered me 3 and 4 off of eBay or Amazon, I can't remember, from the US. But they were region 0, I believe, so that means we could play them in England. And again, they were like £30 a throw. So for my original set, I paid $120. I might have paid less because Mario might have bought me one for a birthday or something, or Christmas. So I paid more than I did for this. This one only cost me £20 because I had a £20 HMV voucher as well. So
get you.
Yeah, so I paid £20 for this.
Sorry, Mr. Voucher.
I know.
Now this is going to be kind of interesting to talk about because you saw this when you were a kid growing up.
I believe I saw it during its original run on television in England.
And I've only just recently started watching it because I was still a little sperm when this came out. So I've seen some of these when they aired on TV now and again, but I haven't seen all of them. And I've just finished watching season 1, so we're going to do a season 1 talk today, and then we'll do a season 2 once I've watched season 2.
But because we don't want to oversaturate the show with Batman, even though it's something I could go on and on and on about, as people know.
Remember what?
Yeah, exactly. I think we're going to separate them. I think we'll do a few episodes of summer, and then we'll come to season 2 and carry it on like that, because I don't want to overkill the show with my one and only love. Steven's just recently, like I said, he's finished watching season 1. I find it weird how they separated them into seasons, because from what I've read and know about this show, even the order that they're on in the DVD is not the official order of how they aired on US television. The first episode, as we all probably know by now, is On Leather Wings, which is the Man-Bat episode. But the first one that ever aired was Cat and the Claw Part 1.
Oh, right.
Which is really a leap, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Because that's on disc 3 in this. We've got a little booklet here with this. It comes with a booklet as well. Tell you what ones are on what.
Because he can't remember episode names.
No.
But, first of all, let's talk about the show, and from what I remember, and if any of my facts are wrong, I apologise straight away. But I'm not usually wrong about the show. This film span out of the 2 Tim Burton movies. This series, not this film. This series span out of the 2 Tim Burton films. Basically, Warner Brothers had the license to do a Batman cartoon, and they were like, let's make it kind of dark like the films. And because superhero cartoons up until this point were just generic.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that they kind of darkened it for this film, like for this series. I keep saying films. For this series, and I did a bit more research into it, and was it Eric
Radomski,
who done the background? It said something about him drawing on black paper, and then it was coloured in to enhance the lights and stuff.
Yeah, they wanted the show as dark as possible, so Eric would draw the backgrounds, because he was the background, and he created the city and the set pieces, if you will.
Yeah. He
would draw on black paper. He only did it for so long though, because I believe there was I believe it was poisonous, the paints they were using, so they had to stop doing it at a certain point.
Yeah.
But to start with, the first batch of episodes were drawn on black paper, and it does, because the first few are really dark when you watch them, aren't they?
And this is going to sound really, I think I told you this before when I said this is going to sound really camp, but the animation for this series is bloody beautiful. It is
bloody beautiful.
Bloody beautiful. It's beautiful, darling.
It was stylized.
It was so good. I thought when you were like, oh, you need to watch it, I was like, I'm not going to enjoy it. But I got it, and the first series I was like, that's pretty good quality.
See, for when you're a certain age, unless you grew up with it, cartoons are a hard sell to a friend.
Yeah.
I can sit there and tell you to watch a TV series. Go and watch, I don't know, Prison Break, and it's a TV series. It's grown up. You can get into it.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to sell a cartoon to someone, you're like, oh, man, cartoon, and then we 25 years old. Fucking, what's this going to be like? Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this cartoon to me is timeless. It's 25 years old. I'm 28 years old, and I've been watching it for 25 years.
And whacking off to it.
And whacking off to it for 25 years. And it still holds up. I can still rewatch it as I have done many times. I mean, it's like I said, I'm going to have to buy another one of these just so I can batter these discs and then have a nice one on my shelf.
Oh no, these are fucked. Oh look, I've got a new one up there. Fucking
leather wings keep skipping. But yeah, man, the show is really, really nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I know this has been said before, and a lot of people, and it's really weird because until people started doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, you didn't really know what the whole world thought about things. Again, somebody else has said this before, but me and my friends have all said this. When we read comic books of Batman now, a lot of the voice actors in this show is what we hear in our head when we read it. Like, whenever I read a comic book, it is always Kevin Conroy. Joker is always Mark Hamill.
I am the knight. I am no, I don't.
You can go back to episode 2 and watch me do that.
He fucks up.
I don't fuck up. Steven's a fuck up. Ask his mum. But yeah, the show had a style to it as well because it was easier to animate the characters.
Yeah.
That's why they were stylised the way they were, and it really works. The show's amazing.
I love the amount of humour in it as well. Like, it is very. It's hard to explain. It's like that kind of kiddie thing, but it's got the adult humour in it for adults to be like, I'm digging that. Like the amount of puns and shit in it, and just like funny moments in it. Like one of my favourite episodes, Heart of Ice. There's this funny moment that I love.
I know what it is.
Do you already know what it is?
I think I know what it is. You go.
Right, it's where they take him into a cave and they hang him upside down, they freeze him upside down, they take his utility belt, and then they're on like kind of a float thing and there's kind of ice and everything, and then Batman comes along, like he breaks out of the ice obviously, and comes along, and he jumps down, knocks his skull, and he picks up his belt, and as he looks down his belt, clips it, looks at the camera, and then goes and just punches this guy, and I'm just like, that was great.
That wasn't the bit I thought it was. You were going to say.
Oh really?
I thought it would
I
be.
love that bit. I laughed so much.
Early in the episode when Summer Gleason's on the television doing a news report, and the security guard shoos the kids away, and then they fucking hurl snowballs at him. I thought that was the
Although
bit
they kind of played on that one again in the Clock King. Because when he goes onto the bench and he sits on the bench and he's like, okay, he's missing his 3:15 coffee break, and he sits down and he sees like a bunch of kids playing football and he looks forward and the ball just goes donk and just knocks him out.
See, you could tell that this is set in a fictional world because I've been in a park where someone's kicked a football near an adult and it's not even hit the adult, it's just gone near him. And it's like, oh, you fucking better not fucking do that again. Oh, fucking. Oh, shut up. You know what I mean? Like when you used to knock a football over to somebody's backyard and fucking, it comes over here again, you will fucking pop it.
Yeah, you won't get it back.
Yeah, I know where you live. Alright, creep. Fucking, I know your mum and dad. Goody for you, I ain't got a dad.
I ain't got a mum or dad. Why, I'm Batman.
But, yeah, these fucking, the show is amazing. I can't sell it enough. And are you glad that I sold it to you in a way?
Yeah, although I'm kind of annoyed that you sold it to me as well, because every night now I'm like, I want to watch a film. Nah, fuck animated Batman.
I'll put disc 3 in.
Yeah.
But right, for disc 1, obviously just like the show we're doing now, every show has to find its footing. So let's start by how they found their footing. What do you think about
down.
They look down.
And they found the
foot. Not with our guts. But with the show, obviously, there's a couple of stinkers in this series, and that's not me ragging on the series at all because I can still watch them. There's a couple of episodes that are a bit meh.
Yeah, because there was a few that I said to you that I didn't really like because it felt like it was just it was like a rushed kind of episodes. Because
I really thought they were rushed.
Yeah, because I felt like it was a little side thing that Batman was attending, and then it's like, oh no, there's this villain, and they don't do anything. Like they might plant a few bombs and one explosion goes off, and then it's like, and then as the series goes on, he becomes more of the detective, and he actually goes and looks into things and takes things back and analyses shit.
I mean, if we're gonna go off season 1 bad episodes to start with, a couple for me. Again, we've discussed it already, but POV, I think it's a very boring episode. The Forgotten, that's a boring. The Forgotten
the Underdwellers.
The Underdwellers. See, to me, that's not a boring episode. It's just wrong. Do you know what I mean? There is a guy that keeps kids in a sewer and sends them out to fucking steal things.
I'm going to turn you into Ninja Turtles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 turtles.
Well, they're leprechauns, aren't they? But yeah, it's just really weird, isn't it? He just has like an army of kids, and they're not allowed to speak. They're not allowed to fucking do anything. And he sits there fucking demolishing a fucking chicken, and the kids are sort of like, "Please, sir, can I have some?" Fuck off!
Can I have some more?
But yeah, it's a really creepy episode. Even when I was younger, I was a bit like, and Batman
going in the sewers.
Batman really sums it up when he's like, he goes down to the sewers to sort it out, and he's taking pictures, and he's like, evidence, and he's just taking pictures of like all these kids, and he's like, all these poor kids, and
there's like goofy looking ones.
Yeah.
It's like Danny when he was photobombed. His mum was like, "Danny, look at the camera." in his '89 Batman costume.
Yeah, and Batman talks about he's like a barbarian. He calls him a barbarian and stuff, and Batman was really angry in that episode, that this, and rightfully so, because I think that's a really dark episode. It's not one of my least favourites, but it's definitely one I can bypass. But for me, another bad episode is probably, this is a tough one because I hate slagging this show off, I really do. But Appointment in Crime Alley, that's kind of a meh one for me, where the old boys are setting, that Roland Daggett's boys are setting bombs off in the Crime Alley part, the Narrows, if you will, of Gotham, and he meets his Dr. Leslie Tompkins and stuff.
And there's one that you disagreed massively on. Like, I didn't like the Joker's Favour, and you like that.
I'm kind of glad you didn't like it though, because especially now with the films and stuff, there's so many people that jump on the Harley Quinn bandwagon, and it's like there's this dude here who's like, I hate her first appearance. And it's like, wow, for how popular that character is, and to hear that, because all you'll see the hipsters do now is be like they'll all go out and buy this and be like, I've got Harley's first appearance on the TV show. I've got a beard and glasses. Have you? Somebody pass me my vape. But yeah, it's so weird that you don't like that episode, because as kids, me and my friend Chris, we used to have a bumper video on VHS. It was 2 videos, and it was just episodes from the animated series, and that Joker's Favour was on it. And it was one of our like favourites we'd go to watch, and just because of how creepy it is, the Joker stalks a guy. It's horrendous. He stalks him for 2 years, all because the guy who had a shit day finally fucking stands up for himself, and it's like he overtakes him or whatever in the car, and he's like, oh, fuck you wanker. And then he looks at the Joker, and all of a sudden his nuts drop off, and he's like, oh shit.
What's he changed his name to him in the
fucking people I could have started on, fuck's sake. And Joker just stalks him for 2 years, and
he changed his name, what is it, to Don something?
Don Wallace. Yeah. Charlie.
Sorry, you've got Don Wallace.
He says a line in there I still say to like Callum's dad if ever I see him. I'm like, oh, you look great, man. Lost a little weight, lost a little hair too. I stole that from that show. That's how much of an impact that's had on my life, that I use shit from it. But What's some of your favourites then? Let's hit up some of your favourite episodes because you're a first time viewer.
Mine was the Christmas with the Joker because he caused a bunch of shit just to throw a pie in Batman's face. I loved it. He blows up a train track and then it's like, I'll take the cab. What is it? How does he say it?
Ooh.
When Batman's on the train, he's just like, I'll take the driver.
He's like, he says to Robin, doesn't he, when they're in the car?
You'll get the passengers. I'll take the driver.
You couple the passengers. I'll get the engineer.
And the thing blows up, and then he captures Commissioner Gordon,
Summer Gleason, and Bullock.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh yeah, I love the little puppet he makes as well. That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, Joker's little elf. What's his name? Laffy. Is Laffy?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Laffy. Joker's little elf. Yeah.
And then at the end, it's just like,
I just love burning bridges.
And at the end, it's like, come get your presents, bats. And he goes up to it, he opens it, and it's just a pie in the face.
The laugh.
And then
Joker
he wets himself. He's like, ah!
That laugh he does was. One of my most rewound moments of that. I love that. I used to rewind that just of how funny he genuinely found that. He pied Batman in the... Because Robin in that episode is very much like Burt Ward, especially when Batman's got the pie, the present. He's like, don't do it, Batman. And he's, easy, Robin. Settle down.
They don't call you Batman for nothing.
Yeah. It's just how he's like, easy, Robin. You know, settle down, you little prick. And Batman just pies it. It's fucking great. Yeah, that is one of my episodes. But the problem I find when I'm listing my favourite episodes, I kind of have to eliminate Joker episodes because I love them all. Because I guess it's because of Mark Hamill's performance. I just love the Joker. Go on then. Your next one, favourite episode. We're gonna do Steven's top 3 for season 1.
Heart of Ice. Who just said that?
Heart of Ice is it is the episode that is like the best episode for a lot of people. It's their favourite episode. Paul Dini wrote that episode, the creator of Harley Quinn, and he basically reinvented Mr. Freeze. Excuse me, I've got a burp. He basically reinvented Mr. Freeze because up until that point he was just a he was just
You sound like you sound like Barney Couple from The Simpsons.
I know, man. How about me, Mom? Yeah,
Don't mind me.
Turn into another impressions video. Yeah, Paul Dini reinvented Mr. Freeze for this whole generation. He brought like the Nora part of the Mr. Freeze's origin into it, and because Mr. Freeze was a bit of a silly villain, especially with like the Adam West show and like the other cartoons he appeared in.
I'm off on one now. Yeah, carry on.
No, you go fuck yourself. No, you missed it.
I'm trying to listen, but
sorry, I'm repeating this. My apologies, but my fat co-host just can't stop laughing.
No, it's alright. It's alright. I'll watch it back.
But yeah, basically, he reinvented Mr. Freeze. Yeah. He added the darker tragedy of his origin with Nora.
I really dig that.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze fucking is a much better character for it, and it's something they even incorporated into the film. Even though it was a bad film, but I love the film, as we saw in episode 1. And
go check it out if you haven't already.
The comic books have took it on. The Arkham games took it on.
Yeah.
So Nora has become a big part of the Mr. Freeze.
Even Mr. Freeze design, like with the whole and the voice as well.
Yeah, that voice in the first episode is great.
Could you imagine if Christopher Nolan went like that? It would be Bane all over again. It'd be like, Nora.
Oh yes, Nora.
Oh, Nora. I remember Nora.
I should fucking hope so. I was married to her.
I have her locked up in a freezer. You were raised in the cold. I was born in it.
That was good. You merely adopted the fridge.
I'm never all the time.
But third favourite episode for you on this series?
Mad as the Hatter. I've only just recently watched it. I watched that like a couple of hours before we started this. Yeah, interesting. And I really liked it. I mean, playing the Arkham games and seeing how Mad Hatter was in that, I was thinking it was going to be a lot like that. And I watched that and I was like, that's like 10 times better.
What, the animated version?
Yeah, I preferred the animated version.
Just that he was infatuated with a girl called Alice and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just mesmerised by the whole Alice in Wonderland theme, where I feel like in the game they didn't really touch on it, and it was just... Because I think I went from Christopher Nolan films to then the Tim Burton films to then the games, so I didn't know who the Mad Hatter was until the games, and I was just like, why the fuck did he like Alice so much? And then I kind of clicked. Well, what the fuck out? What the fuck?
The fuck were you doing?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not fucking surprised. What fucking pop were you wanking over, you dirty little bastard?
I don't want to talk about it.
We apologise for that interruption. Fucking pervert. Right.
It was a joker pop, okay?
It fucking better have been. Take your hood down, we've got a show to do. Fucking moron.
I'm sorry about that inappropriate thing you just saw. That was my...
Did you wash your hands? Some mayonnaise on there.
Baby Bell.
Right, we were talking about Mad as a Hatter before we were crudely interrupted.
Sorry.
Fuck's sake. Right, Mad as a Hatter, one of your favourite episodes. You think the origin of the Mad Hatter in this show is better than the Arkham games?
Yes.
That's cool, man. It's a lot of people jumped on the Arkham bandwagon. They're great games. 2 of them are anyway. And
I want to do them. Oh no.
fuck that. That's a whole nother argument.
That's a whole nother episode.
We don't want to overkill this Batman because it's all I've got. Interesting fact about Mad as a Hatter, though.
Oh right. Go on.
Did you know the voice actor Roddy McDowall he played the Mad Hatter in the animated series episode, but he also played the Bookworm in the Adam West show.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's.
I haven't even fucking seen that yet. But, ooh.
That's another show I'll have to introduce him to. But yeah, he played Bookworm in the '60s show as well. So he's got a bit of a Batman resume. And yeah, that's sort of painted myself into a corner there, didn't I?
Where do I go from here?
Home. But
what was your favourite? What was your top 3?
Oh God! Again, like I said in
3 hours later.
Oh, you're so fat. I'm gonna go and have another wank. Don't, cause Michael and Mo, you're messing up my lights, man. Right,
you're messing up the green screen.
Like I said, pre-wank. It's so hard for me because I have to sort of eliminate the Joker episodes, even though they're great episodes, but they are my favourites. So if I was going to go, I'm going to try and go non-Joker episodes if I can. Beware the Grey Ghost is a favourite of mine. I remember watching that as a kid, and it was one of them ones where you'd always catch the Batman show, the intro would go on, and you just sort of sit there, you probably know this now, waiting for the title card, and if it was a shit one, you'd be like, oh man. But if it was a good one, you'd be like, oh, I'm engaged, let's go. But yeah, I love Beware the Grey Ghost. Again, the story that's close to Adam West as well, you know, an actor who played a hero, sort of struggling for work, especially back in the early 90s when he was sort of...
And he's like, that's my childhood. I am known as the Vengeance. The Night I am Fat Man.
But, just Batman hyperventilate. But yeah, Beware the Grey Ghost, Adam West's real life story plays quite close to the character of Simon Trent, the Grey Ghost. And the only thing I don't get about that episode, but it doesn't really bother me, is he played a superhero on television, and then all of a sudden he's wearing his get-up, he's hanging around on rooftops and stuff with Batman. It's like, you know, how?
Right, you're gonna slap me for this.
I fucking will.
Yeah. Because when they did the opening thing, and do you know how it's like a flashback to all of his TV series, and young Bruce Wayne's like, oh my god, I love that superhero.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
I literally, my mind jumped to the Arkham Knight game, and I went, Azrael. And I was like, it's Azrael.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought it was going to be an Azrael episode, from Arkham Knight, I was like, who the fuck's Azrael?
Fuck Azrael.
And I was like, it's him. Oh no, it's not.
That's fucking weird.
I know.
I do like in that episode though, you know how they get one of the toy race cars, and Batman takes him back to the cave and they analyse it and they find fingerprints on it. It's how quickly he turns on Simon Trent. Do you remember it? Where
oh yeah, it was just like,
your fingerprints are on there. Fucking, where are they?
Like, no, I didn't do it. I don't know why I'm sounding like Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
but
it's Adam West. How can you insult him like that? You butcher. But,
how now?
Another favourite episode of mine is I'm gonna go Clock King. That was a great episode for the series.
I like that one.
Yeah, I know you were torn between that and Mad as a Hatter.
Yeah.
But I love the Clock King episode. I know we talked briefly about it in pre-wank that video where the old boy kicks the football in his face and shit. But it's just a good episode. It's a really fun episode to watch. This is going to be hard. Like Steven was during the wank. This is difficult to do it without. Okay, I'm gonna go. Fear of Victory, because I dig the Scarecrow in this show. And the Fear of Victory.
Wait, is that the one where it sounds like? Oh no, it was nothing to fear. It sounds a bit like David Attenborough.
But it's the same voice actor.
I know, but he sounded really British, and he was like, Batman, I will tell you what you've done wrong. Have a bit of fear gas. I was like, fuck off, David Attenborough, go back to nature.
I'm pretty sure none of them lines were in any episode.
I'll just ring that. That was improv.
Fucking. What? But yeah, I like in every episode. Scarecrow has to introduce himself.
I am the Scarecrow. I don't know why my Gavin Conway was like, I am Scarecrow.
He always says that, I'm the Professor of Fear. He's like, the Scarecrow. And then instantly when they see him, they're all like, it's like the first time they see him, he's just like the condom head. You wouldn't be scared. You'd
and
be
he looks like the G-string mascot.
That's in the second one, isn't it, where they redesigned him. But yeah, that episode, Fear of Victory, that's a really good episode because again, it was another rarity because Robin was in it, and he it's that scene where he shits himself on the roof. You know, where they're swinging up to stop the fucking two thugs or whatever, and Robin just has a fucking panic attack.
Distance, Batman, I'm high up.
There was no holies in that show.
I know, I was just taking the piss.
And yeah, he's just how Robin's like shit scared of going halfway up, and Batman's like, "The fuck are you doing? Get up here!" And he's just clinging onto the building and shit. But yeah, so, again, it was really cool. I love the Robin in this series as well. Robin as a character used to get a lot of shit.
I think he was only in them two, the Christmas one and that one though, wasn't he?
So I'm just doing a quick scan. My back brain taking over. Yeah, he's technically in two of them in season one, but he appears 3 times because he appears in that Dreams to Darkness. As a,
Robin, no!
Yeah, but Batman runs him over, but it was just a hallucination. But yeah, they're probably my 3 favourite episodes that are non-Joker based. Now, I remember as a kid, one episode come on and it just blew my mind. It is my favourite and it is a Joker episode. The Last Laugh. you know, where Joker's gassing all of Gotham and they're just laughing like fucking
Oh
idiots.
yeah.
It's just some of the fights with Captain Clown. I'm still waiting for a Captain Clown figure. DC, come on, bring it out.
It looks like Ronald McDonald.
It's brilliant. It's just when Batman levers him and, you know, the clown's got his cape and he's choking him and Batman's like probably getting choked.
I don't like it when my voice went weird. I was like, I liked it when Alfred just wrecks Wayne Manor. And then he comes back and it's like, I'm so sorry, Master Bruce, but I didn't know what came over me. And then it's just like, it's alright, I'll take it out your wages.
I love how Bruce Wayne's doing his Batman voice in the house. I mean, Christian Bale looked like a right tip, wouldn't he? That's okay.
I'll take it out your salary.
Celery, what? Yeah, I like that episode because when Batman finally levers Captain Clown and dumps him into the compressor or whatever, Joker's like, "You killed Captain Clown." He just goes he's really annoyed that Batman just fucking levers a fucking robot.
Although, you know, I said I've done like the Joker's favour. I do like it when at the end the guy goes a bit psycho. And
I can destroy man's dreams too.
And it's like, Batman, where's Batman? I need you.
Lighten up, Charlie. I've had such a long day. All this excitement with Batman.
And then at the end, Charles is like, I wonder what she's doing for dinner.
Even meatloaf.
Meatloaf would do.
Again, in the last laugh, there's another bit I like. You know, when they're on the Joker's like garbage. Is it barge? Or, yeah, garbage barge. That's a weird thing to say. The boat suddenly stops and Joker always falls and lands on his chin in this series. I don't know if you notice, it's just sort of a common thing. And he looks through the periscope bit. He sees Batman, and he just carries on. He's like, and he goes back and Batman whacks the thing, and it knocks Joker flying. That wouldn't technically happen, would it?
No.
But it was amazing. Just see Batman just go whack. But yeah, it's like that moment. But he just whacks it forward this time. But what did you think to we'll stay on Joker for a minute. What did you think to Be a Clown? The one with the mayor's son.
Oh yeah, that was kind of I liked some moments.
Did you like him as a Jekyll? I thought he was funny as Jekyll.
Yeah,
and he was like,
yeah, he was.
Well, he had the lisp, didn't he? And he
the guy with the clown.
I'm the guy with the goodies. I like it when he swaps the candle.
I'm going to look for the birthday boy.
Yeah, I just like it when he's like, he pulls the kid's hat down. He's like, "Scoop, you kids!" And it's like he whips out the Joker candle and swaps it, doesn't he, from the one, I don't know why I think he flicks it in the cartoon, and he goes, and one of the crowd's like, "Oh, a sparkler candle," and he's like, "Yeah, but this one blows you out." And it's how he leaves as well, and he's like, "I gotta go, Mayor, but I left them with a bang." And he laughs as he's running off. He does his classic Joker laugh, and Bruce is there next to him. He's like, "That laugh."
I recognise it.
Yeah, how could you not? It's fucking.
Oh yes.
That laugh. But yeah, it's one of my favourite. I think Joker dominates. There's 2 episodes there.
You could tell he was a much loved character though, because even in Dreams in Darkness, he's the very first character to show up.
Yeah, so in the first series he appears at least 5 times, 4 of them being his own episodes. But what did you think? Another random one, the Two-Face, because again this series took silly characters, if you will, and gave them psychological and like physical problems, so they worked. Now he already had a bad side to him before he was scarred, and that's pretty cool. Like I believe Alan Burnett came up with that, if I remember my Batman animated series history correct. He wanted Harvey to have problems before the turn because he didn't want him to be Mr. Good Guy and then all of a sudden.
That confused me a little bit because he does show up as Harvey Dent in another episode before that.
On Leather Wings.
Yeah, and is normal, he's fine, and then all of a sudden in this one is a bit.
Well, they got to build it, haven't they? They got to build it.
Yeah, but
the thing with this show is it's not continuity based.
Yeah.
Really, you can watch an episode, you can watch one from disc 4, then go back to disc 1, and nothing's really changed. It's still.
Apart from the style.
Yeah, apart from because some episodes look a bit cheaper than others, but you can't help that. That's just the way animation is. But I think Two-Face was really good in this show. They did the character really well. Even so much again that this show has influenced so much of Batman now that the whole black and white suit thing is still in Batman comics and everything today. Whereas before, Two-Face used to be like half orange and purple and stuff like that, random colours. Just thinking of other episodes to talk about while we're here, and we've got the list in front of us.
See No Evil. You said you did like that one.
I do like See No Evil, but again, I think it's more for the nostalgia. Me and my friend Chris, we watched that episode together a lot when we were kids because he had like this bumper pack, like I said before, pre-wank video. And obviously the guy's hidden constantly because he's invisible because of his suit he's got. And Batman takes a lot of shit in that episode.
Yeah. And
I think it's really funny at the end where he throws a batarang at the water tank. And it's one of them moments we rewound and just watched and laughed.
Where it translated to Daredevil.
Yeah. And we rewatched it and laughed and rewound it and kept just doing it, blah, blah, blah. But there's a bit where he throws a bit into the water tank and you can see him and the guy's like, no! And Batman's like, peekaboo. And then just whacks him. Like, it's the biggest like punch sound effect ever. It's like, like that. And then it cuts to a wide shot. And you can see Batman just kicking the shit out of this guy around the rooftop. And you're like, you would though, wouldn't you? If he'd been laying into you for a whole couple of days, you would fucking leather him when you got hold of him. But yeah, I just thought that was really funny. And I
can't remember, I know this is going off.
No.
The episode.
It's our show, we do what we want.
Yeah, do we want? There was a part, I think it was Dreams in Darkness or Mad as That, I can't remember which one, but it's when he's driving. Or it might actually be an appointment in Crime Alley. It's when he's driving along and it's just like, will you be coming home, sir? And it's just like, no, I'm late for an appointment or whatever. And it's just like, okay, I'll prepare your usual breakfast, toast, coffee, and loads of bandages.
I think Alfred for the first 3 episodes is voiced by a different actor, and then the Alfred we all know and love, Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. takes over. But the Alfred in the original episode is really funny, the On Leather Wings, because they have a really good back and forth. He turns around, he's like, toss in security guards last night. He's like, I only tossed Butler, Alfred.
I didn't like that one.
I was just like, because that could be really dirty, especially with us being English, like tossing people off. But yeah, I really dig Alfred in the show. He has a lot of funny moments in it, and yeah, all the voice actors were great. And it's like for ones they thought they weren't, they soon replaced them with better people.
Yeah,
I mean Tim Curry was the Joker for like 7 episodes or something like that, and then Mark Hamill had to come in and redo the episodes. But apparently the Tim Curry episodes did go out on television, so there might be some guy in America who's got like recorded versions of the Tim Curry. I'd love to see them.
Yeah,
but
they're probably on eBay for like £1,000.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see them, but for my money, Mark Hamill is the Joker, especially with this series. Yeah, man, what can you say? The show is so good. I mean, in the first season they did a lot. It surprises me that for the amount of Joker that's in the series, they didn't use other villains. Like, we don't get a Riddler till season 2. Who's another Batman big hitter who we don't get? See, we get quite a lot in the first season. We've got Poison Ivy, Joker, Catwoman, Two-Face, Clayface, Mr. Freeze.
We don't see Firefly, although we didn't see the figure, but
The Firefly's not till season 4.
oh really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Again, but that's another discussion.
But it's weird though, because I feel like for those that don't know, me and Danny collect shit obviously, and he's got loads of Batman animated stuff, and we will in the future do reviews on our own collections and whatnot for you guys to have a look. But is Clock King out?
No, again,
Because there's some characters that I've seen that I'm like, I remember seeing that in your collection.
just a quick history, because you've talked about figures quickly. Season 4 of this box set, they revamped the whole look, so everyone had a redesign and that. And recently, in the past couple of years, DC has been releasing the animated figures of Batman the Animated Series and the new Batman Adventures Season 4. But there's a lot more new Batman Adventure figures out, as me and my mates call them blue card and red card because it's easier. There's loads more blue card ones out than there is red card. For the red card, we're still waiting for a Scarecrow, a Two-Face, a Clock King. You know, there's so many we're waiting for.
Yeah.
But the blue card, that's got only one season of episodes, seems to have them all out. And it's like, well, we've got 3 season worth, and we've not got barely any of the figures.
Yeah.
And the problem is, I find with the DC collectibles now, is they've stopped doing so much single ones. I think the last single one I purchased was a red card Batgirl, and it's like they're just doing them like we saw. They're just doing box sets now, and they had 4 red card figures in this prison box set. You know, they had Freeze, Bane, Croc, and Ivy. But I want them as singles so I can stick them on the wall with the rest of the collection.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the prison set looks fucking amazing, but yeah, it's really pissing me off that there's no red card figures. Well, there is, but there's not that many. Yeah. And I just wish they'd step the game up a bit and get them out there. Especially with this being out and it's 25 years and that. Come on, DC. There's people that'll buy them. Just fucking do it. But I think it's time we wrap this episode up with season 1 of...
massive apologies for the length of this video, but you know what it is like with Batman. He can talk for fucking hours, days, years about it.
Yeah, I do apologise. But again, I'm not a liar. My knowledge is Batman. I do like other comic book stuff and have done for many, many years. But that's when we'll get guests on that know more than we do. I've got a few friends in the pipeline that want to be on the show and talk about other subjects that you guys might be interested in. And have you got any people coming on soon?
Not that I know of. A few, maybe a few.
Well, we've just launched our Facebook page, which is just Fat Pod on Facebook.
Yeah, so go check that out.
Michael will drop you a link in the video.
In the description somewhere.
Yeah. And yeah, man, just subscribe and like. Again, no hate, we're just having a laugh. If it's a problem, don't watch it. It's simples. But should we sign off for the animated series? And we're going to come back to season 2 in a few videos time because we don't want to oversaturate you with Batman so you get pissed off, but I'm not watching that show.
So it's basically like normal. Like, comment, subscribe, and we shall catch you in the next one. See you later.
And Steven's going to wank again.